Hey guys, it's Spirelli and we're back with the Banner Saga. So we just won this fight and we don't want to change the difficulty, all fine with me. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back, then as a rook. I'm doing one more check of the houses around you. See if you can find anyone. So we're gonna do that. We want to keep watch. So turn to head back. A colossus appears around the side of a house. Its standard looms over a lead, its face an expressionless stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it may have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. I could shout at a lead, I could shoot it with an arrow, or I can run at it. Axes are ready. I don't know what she'll do if I shout, because she's an archer, so she needs to be far away. I'm just going to try and run at it, and you launch yourself and Alette turns toward you with confusion on her face. Then she looks behind her, it freezes in her tracks. The Tretch is too far to reach in time. Suddenly, Ejal is between the Tretch and Alette, his shield above him. The black stone mace falls. Ejal's shield crumbles, and so does the boy beneath it. A moment later, Ivor is there, his sword runs through the neck of the Tretch. He scans us, Ivor, looking over the boy's shattered skull. Alette gasps her hand to her mouth. I'm checking the other houses, Ivor remarks. See if you can find anyone and then meet me at the crater. I just lost the character! I just lost the perfectly fine playable character! Fuck! Fuck! But like it said, like, ooh, Alette's freezes, so I thought that would happen if I shouted at her. Fuck! Oh man. I mean, on the plus side, I didn't level him. I once lost the character, in one of these events, and I invested into leveling him, and that was really... oh fuck! Man, I don't like that. But I mean, choice is choice. I guess I should have shot it with an arrow. I guess if in the battle you didn't take Alette and Ejal with you, then this wouldn't happen maybe? That's interesting. I didn't think about that. So anyway, here's the market. This is where we can buy supplies. We currently have supplies for 17 days. And then we could buy also items. So we could look at this. And then the smaller number on the item itself is the rank I need to be. And the bigger number is the renown it costs me to do this. So... fast, one overkill. This seems pretty good. I'm just gonna get this and then fill up to 20 days. Then I can look at my heroes. Items are shown at the bottom and we can equip them. I already did that. Yeah, you see he's gone, he's dead. That sucks. So I'll give this to Ivor. And I can level her. I think she should be better at breaking shields because she's far away, so maybe that'll help in the beginning. If I do this, then she can break a shield for 4 from the get-go, so if we put her in and she breaks her shield, that seems to be good. I'm still upset. I didn't know. I mean, Anyway, you'll not get to meet this fine young man. You find anyone? A few. Send them inside. Gods, this is bad. About Jill. It was my fault. He was a good fighter for his age, with no family. I've forgotten what it's like facing Tretch. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Tretch. This would be a time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you've fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slack for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. So we're going to the Great Hall. Chieftain, Rook, thanks to God you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Trash milling around ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds it, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Seems a reasonable thing to do. Not so easily done. Rook. I trust Ivor on this one. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumming. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If Tretch are coming down from the north. Frostfall, to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Scourge in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostfall. Okay. So I could tell him, like, no, that sounds like suicide, let's all run. Or that he's good, I'll help him. We could set the town on fire as we leave. That would mean, like, we're 100% certain we're not coming back. Oh, what about the storehouse? Do we abandon the storehouse? If we have to, we'd be leaving behind everything but the supplies we brought, Rook. On the other hand, Frostfall is at least a week away. I'm not sure we got that much food. It'll be cutting it close. If we settle with heavy cards, it'll be almost impossible to outpace the Tretch. And if we've run out of food before we got Frostfall, it won't matter how many escape. They still say let me handle the Tretch. I want to save the food, but I just did what I wanted to do and I lost the character, so I just trust the, in-game character and join him. The chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask for advice, just ignore it. Promise you're not throwing away your lives on this. That wasn't part of my plan. Ivor, was it? Nope. Okay, good. Then I'm coming with you. Oh, Atlife is coming with us. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain drops his chin, but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alit, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. Honestly, I just wanted to have another fight. So, I like the fighting. I like the turn-based fighting, so I'm picking those. Alit finds you before you have a chance to find her. I know what you're doing. You'll have to let me come with you. Don't leave me, please. I'll be good. Yes. Okay, you know what? I took her with me. I'm gonna stand by there. I'm gonna keep her with me. Also, I leveled her. I am gonna make her strong. I promise, she says. Ivor soon finds you both. Let's go. Remember, we're not trying to fight them all. We're just getting their attention. You step into a town courtyard where you can already see Tretch in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. So, it's the 4 of us. I think this is fine. And yeah, in this fight we could be 5. We wouldn't have killed off Egil like that. So what I want to do, I don't want to start center. I think I'm going to start with killing this one. I don't want the archers super way back because I don't really need them to run in first before they get to do anything. Okay, so he starts and he can just start attacking. And if you break down his shield, there you go. Yeah, because if I start in the middle, they all rush us at the same time, but we don't want that. Oh, I'm actually too far away. I can go here. It's a bit risky, but I'll do it. Okay. So I will stop this one instead of killing the other because I don't want it to attack Alet. Because she has life. I mean, oh my god, she has even less life. So, you will just almost kill him. And then we're gonna keep him alive at 1 for a bit, because at 1 he can't really do damage. Like, he'll try, but he can't do that much. Let's go over here and attack this one. Like, I kind of want all of them to have less life, because that way they can only deal less damage to me. I'm gonna back up a bit and then build some armor on the one with the most life left. So we got our next one life again. So the reason we want to keep them alive is because, remember, we do one us, one them, one us, one them. As soon as I kill somebody, somebody else basically takes their place. Which means that the stronger units, which still have more life left, will get more turns. And we don't want that. So what we're doing is we're having our third one. I guess now I could start killing them, but I do want to kill stuff with Alette because she gets... So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He has a lot of life, so... he can just tap me and I'll lose a lot of my life. And now he can come in because he has the most strength. And now it's just really, you know, everybody's turn. I'm not sure I like her. Somehow my last playthrough I hardly ever took her with me. So I'm wondering whether I should, you know, kill somebody with her because then she'll get the experience, as far as I understood. Like, often she was promoted after you do that, so... You know what? I should do something different, so I'll take her with me this turn. So also she didn't get promoted. Let's all kill somebody. And then Alette gets another one. Nice. So she killed 2 of them. And she got promoted again. Which of course I have to pay for. You have no problem getting a trench to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in thick woods, where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Oddleif is the first to spot them. There, she points to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble, some people wounded, others missing. A group has gathered at the rear of the caravan. Oddleif walks beside a covered figure in the open wagon. Odd fool, she says through clenched teeth. I should have stayed with him. The chieftain's death hits you like a blow to the guts. Continue on to Frostfall in silence. Alette's hand firmly in your own. And we got a lot of renown for this. But as you can see, we don't have that many supplies because we didn't push for getting the supplies. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. Got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the gut's done. The path should be just ahead. So it's dangerous to stop, so I don't want to do that. I'll listen to him. He seems smart. He's the one who fought these before. Slow the pace. I could do that, but the question is that any better? Because it kept mentioning before how, you know, if you slow the pace, then... Or if we're too slow, if we have heavy wagons, then they'll catch up. They'll catch up with the women and children if they're too slow. That's like... If I just do nothing, I assume that people are going to die, so I'm gonna try for speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child into your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. oh, because like Tretch almost killing you is not gonna make you push harder, but somebody being like, we should really move is gonna. Like, they were in a fight too, they just said people were wounded. Come on, guys. But you see this is so beautiful. This basically resembled your Caravan, and you saw in the beginning it was just Alette and Rook and Nista in the front, but now there's Ivor there as well, so you have the giant in between, you have all the clansmen following. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women chopped their meager processions beneath the gutstone of Chitvaldir. Thanks, game! Oh my god. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were Tretch. Chieftain did what I suggested and look what he got for it. Look at these people, somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that exactly? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? Guts, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing, that's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want, let them fend for themselves if you can't live with it. The humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. He is right. He's right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. Well, you didn't have to spell it out like that. You do care, I can tell. Men are black on the world worse than any Tretch as far as I can tell. Chats like this, that's why we get along so well, Ivor. Yeah, he's like, it's like, oh my god, you man. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. They got some loom overhead, the massive eyes of Chitvaldir looking in the same direction as you. Let's inspect the stone and hope that nobody catches up with us. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings out of habit more than anything else, now that the gods are dead. Chitvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about the woods being full of Tretch now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thanks for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down, and it's time to move to Frostfall. It feels like an end more than a start. So actually I don't know how old Alette is. Like, she's a child, but they already started teaching her how to use a bow. Like, she didn't just learn, you said that. So, I don't know. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on a trail, weapons at their feet. You've seen the Tretch in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply bags. An errant fear strangers raise mother from the group. So, this is the kind of decision I have to make all along the way, and I have played this before, so I can tell you I was far too nice, and at some point later in the game it will literally say Bandits came, and I'll be like, you know what, you guys join, and of course that went terribly, so I don't remember what happens when, but I know that I can't just be like, yeah, everybody join, and not just for the reason that they'll use resources, but that sometimes there's negative repercussions from when I do that. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the Tretch found our village this time. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. So I think these guys are fine because it's not spelled out that they're bandits. But I'm trying to be more careful this time around. Okay, I'll try. I am too good-hearted. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. Yay! Oh my god. I guess they do this once, where they're nice and now they hit you next time. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. So, you can see up there we have clansmen and we have fighters. So, another thing that you have in this game is that I'll just finish telling you. Another thing that they have in this game is something called a war. Like, when you have a big fight, it basically tells you, okay, your party will see part of this fight, but your fighters will also be fighting. And your clansmen might get hurt. So you have different approaches to it, how you deal with it. And that's why it matters to get more fighters, because they'll up our strength in battle. During a rest, one of the men got too drunk and ended up splashing meat in a bear's face. A prowler rots, many thrown fists, and a broken bow later, the instigator, Ravsnvatre, is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than a trolling mumble. I'll tie him up until he tries out. Grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the saw. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. So, yeah, I didn't just want to laugh it off, because I guess it's a serious matter to be drunk, because we are literally freeing from an enemy. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small bridge on the way to Frostfall with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. So this is our first village. So let's go to the market. I always want to go to the market first. Let's see whether I can. I'll just buy everything they have. I mean everything that they're offering. So there's a total available on the top. There's also how much a renown gets you, which can change. And then I could look at these. Movement and dot strength. 2 strength. I'm gonna take this, I think, for a let, because I can level her to level 3. And she has a fixed maximum of 10 strength, so let me see that. I can give this to her. Nobody can wear this. Dot strength would also be good. This is 1 arm strength and 1 will. How to you? Actually, let me. Sorry. Give this to Olive. Nobody else can level, so that's that. There is no training tent. We could rest. That will improve morale, but nobody's hurt, so it's not absolutely necessary. But I think I'll do it once morale improved. But it didn't even like skip a level, so there is like 5 steps where it's like extremely happy, medium, sad, and then like completely gone. We're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says the one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village were to join you to Frostfall. Third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us go with reasonable people of Saga. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what'll happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. Well, there won't be anything to tend to you once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what scam this is this time, Hogan, but you got 2 choices. Get back to work or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Morgan, what'd you say? Thought it was unfair that you only asked me. Morgan trolls of X slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. So the issue here is that like on the one hand I can understand, if half your village leaves you won't have enough people to stay alive, but on the other hand he doesn't believe that this dredge will come, and they will come. So I have to side with the brothers, because if I side with the villagers then the village will die, and if I let them settle it, also because the brothers are not strong enough, but if I side with the brothers, then at least the people who want to leave can leave and can come with me. Ivor steps forward, Thax hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alet's nowhere to be seen. So, Alet just ran off, we just leveled her. So that's nice. You don't need to help us, Alet. Just leveled you twice already and you just go off. So... there's 3 people there. Yes, okay, let's do that first. Oh no, set this here and do actually here. Okay. So first of all, I wanna deal with the people out here. So she shouldn't be much of a bother anymore. I know I'm not using sorry. I know I'm not using the special abilities much because I feel like it's not really necessary right now. But I mean I can. So he has Bloody Flail. Attacks 4 attacks at 1 strength or break each. And he gets bonus if he has allies. So basically he's going to whirl at him 4 times and you don't exactly know what he's gonna hit. And I think Mogan can do the same thing. Yes, they're like just flailing at him. Okay. So I want to attack him. Got some of the armor on. Yeah, okay. Looking good. Once again, like, get them down. And once they're down, then I wanna start hacking them to pieces. So I need to move a bit so they can do anything for a turn. Hogan! Yes, okay. I got an achievement. Thresher. And then Moga. Let's do that again, just cause I like it. Okay, he's really going at the shield this time. You see, he has like 1 attack and he's just like attacking you, and it's like, whatever. Whatever. Get you down, and then there's 1 more of them that we need to get down. I should have positioned him differently because now I'm like a bit far away to deal with it, and also he needs a lot of space. Ah, you see, he just did to Hogan or Mogan the same thing that Hogan/Mogan can do. I guess they all learned this in that village. Like that. You know, he has 1. It's like, whatever. Take that again. I'm having so much fun with this. I don't know, I like the random chance of that. Okay. So now just let's start killing because they all, oh no. She should get a bit away from things. And try killing him. You got to kill him. Next one, and now it's pillage. Oh man, how did that happen? That's not cool. Now she's wounded. Ah, damn it! I mean, we won and all, but she's wounded. Okay, I think I'll stop it for here, because now we have our first seriously wounded. I think like people fell before, but it was just in a tutorial setting, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really show you, and it doesn't like happen. But anyway, this is the game. I love it. I love the fights. I know I still have to get better, because I'm not using their abilities, and it said something about you know you can vandalize abilities. But what I'm gonna do is the next time we're in a town, I'm gonna go to the training, and then it'll give me tips and hints about how to use the abilities. So my fighting will improve. And anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.